about Apex, because I actually went and worked at Respawn with John and Drew for a few years, and did a little bit of work on Titanfall 1 and a little bit on Titanfall 2. And I left, and then you guys busted out with an announcement of this new game, and you could play it right at the time of the announcement. How the fuck did you do that?
That was a long journey, actually. There's like the
You surprised
process.
me. I was like, no way.
There's like the process,
Just tell
decision
me.
making, design side to it. There's the marketing side. Then there's like the technical side, because I mean, you stealth launch a game, you have no idea how many people are going to show up. You don't have pre-order numbers to gauge server capacity off of. You don't have YouTube views on your marketing trailers to tell you how excited people are. You go in blind, and you're just like, all right, and we're gonna put on our big boy pants and do what we can. So it's testament to Slothy and his team. Like, it was him and two other guys that created and ran the entire backend infrastructure for Apex. It scaled to, I think the official number was over 2 million concurrent on that.
So would that be Callus and Dern?
Yes.
I thought so.
Yes, the two mics, they rule.
Shout out.
Yes. Mike's forever.
Yeah.
But the interesting part about it was that project was not Apex when we started it, not in the slightest. It was a totally different game. I had taken over the project from Steve Fukuda, who was the game director on the two Titanfall games, because he was going to go do a Skunkworks, start something small, which I think they've publicly started talking about a little bit because they're hiring for the prototype team there. So I took the project over. We were in the prototype stage. We were doing a bunch of different stuff, and a couple designers prototyped a battle royale. And I was like, "Oh, this is really interesting." And playtest.
This was
that.
This was like 2017.
Yeah.
This was like PUBG was out and Fortnite wasn't
right when
a thing
PUBG
yet.
was just bursting out and just becoming this like, no, it's not a game, it's a genre.
Yeah.
Everyone realized it.
Yeah, it was like spring, summer of 2017. So as the head of the project, I was like, well, this is the thing that's getting most people excited during playtests. It's a thing that's doing the most new stuff. So we started putting more and more people on it until there's like, okay, this is the game. Like, we're not making that other thing we thought we were going to make.
Wow.
And the problem was it was going to be Respawn's first release since being acquired by EA. And EA doesn't have the greatest reputation on keeping their hands out of studios. So there was messaging concerns there about, Respawn is sold out. They're making a bandwagon game that's just battle royale because it's a fad. And we really believed in free to play from day one once we made the switch.
Just for the record, that was not EA meddling. That was entirely the team's call on all those things.
I got to say, I think EA's reputation for meddling is not really deserved in the modern era.
I don't think it is. I think it's fair to say that they really do just let teams kind of do what they want. I mean, there's times where that protects, publicly traded company stuff, like, a FIFA has to ship every year, so they're gonna.
You got to make money.
Make that happen.
Ship units, you got to do it.
They didn't come in and tell us what to make, or that it had to be free to play, or how to monetize it. They make sure that it will monetize and that it will be well received by players, but. Yeah, going free to play and making it a battle royale game, that was all us. That was on the team. The messaging problems, if we wanted to do a normal 6 to 9 month lead up on Apex, would have been, Respawn sold out. They're just going after the money. EA's making them make this garbage. Also, where's the Titanfall 3? Because Titanfall 2 was so beloved that to make a Titanfall universe game without Titans and wall running and BT or Jack, like that was obviously going to go over like a lead balloon. So we worked for me and Arturo, he was the head of marketing, shared a wall with him. And so he and I were like, attached at the hip trying to solve these kind of problems as we were working on the game. And the solution was, we can't talk about the game until it's out. Like you got to let the game do the talking, because otherwise you'll have the negative,
this
story.
Is the actual genesis of your launch strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was, people need to get it in their hands. They need to try it, because if we just describe it on paper, they're going to find some reason to hate it. And once you play it, you'll see there's a reason why we made those decisions.
It worked. It worked. So how many players did you have come through in the first few days? Did it blow your minds?
It was 1 million in the first day. I think we hit 10 million.
I'm trying to remember what it was.
Day 2 or 3 or something like that. Like it was.
Might have been the first week. I don't know. It was a lot.
It was bonkers. Like that whole first month is a blur. Like I can't really replay it in my head, because it's just, not only are you like, what is happening, but you're also like, okay, nothing can break, and things
like
were.
most games go up and then they go down.
No, this is just this is a straight
went
line
up.
And it didn't
Holy
it
shit.
didn't slow down.
Wow.
Yeah, it was wild. And then EA's comes knocking, and they're like, "Oh, hey, you guys did it!" Like,
here's the hard truth: the internet doesn't care about your game. After all the blood, sweat, and tears you put into making your game, you launch, and some players get terrible network performance. What can you do about it? Build your own internet? This is why we created Network Next. Network Next is a radically new way of linking networks together. It's a new internet. One where networks compete on a neutral marketplace to carry your game's traffic. Network Next puts you, the game developer, in control of the network. We monitor every player's network performance, and you choose when to accelerate them. Not only will you see better network performance for your players, you'll also have the security of knowing that if one network is congested, we switch to another in seconds. Now you control the network.